was just 5 years old, I started taking daily medications. I didn't know why. All I knew was that my parents insisted I followed their schedule. Month after month, we visited the hospital, and I quietly did as I was told to do. But as I grew older, suspicious questions started ringing in my mind. By the time I entered senior high school, curiosity had taken root. With access to a phone and an internet, I decided to search for the name of the medication I've been taking for a decade. The results hit me like a storm. I was living with HIV. Still, my parents had not told me. Not until they realized my reluctance to taking my medication before they sat me down and disclosed to me. I wish I handled it better, but I did not. My world came crashing down. Fear wrapped me like a blanket. I was angry. I felt ashamed, betrayed, and painfully alone. In my pain, I stopped taking my medication. Life was pointless, but my mother, my rock, never gave up on me. She reminded me of my worth every single day. She told me I was more than the diagnosis, and that my life mattered, that I was here for a greater purpose. Even as I tried to keep my status private, life had other plans. One day at school, a friend found my medication container and searched for what it was for. Confrontation that followed was terrifying. I felt exposed. But instead of breaking down, I stood up for myself. I explained how it was wrong to violate someone's privacy. That moment sparked something in me. Perhaps the first flicker of the advocate I was becoming. After high school, I took my experiences and pain and turned it into purpose. I began volunteering for NGOs like Dorcas, Hope for Future Generations, and Young Health Advocates Ghana. I became a model of hope, using my story to reach out to young people living with HIV. I helped trace those who had stopped taking their medications and encourage them to return to treatment. The more I shared my story, the more I healed, and the more I helped others to do the same. I became a peer educator and a counselor. I stood up for youth like me, making sure our voices were heard in healthcare and policy spaces where we had long been ignored. Today, I am proud to say I am the National President for Young Health Advocates Ghana, a youth-led organization. I had been mentored by organizations like AFNI and Hope for Future Generations, learning advocacy and project management to hone my impact. Living with HIV has not been easy, but it has shaped me into someone resilient, strong, and fearless. I no longer hide my status. If someone wants to know, I tell them. I educate them. I stand tall against the stigma, because the only way to defeat it is to face it head on. This 20 years journey from a confused little girl to a resilient and empowered young woman has been one of a discovery, strength, and hope. I have learned not to survive, but to truly live. And in telling my story, I hope others find the courage to live too.